This is nightmare news for Donald Trump. The American people are waking up, and the American people view Donald Trump's age as a major factor for his inability to even think straight right now. Finally, we're seeing polls that reflect the reality, like this YouGov poll. Is Trump's age affecting his presidency? 57% of respondents say yes. Only 31% of respondents say no.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize, and that they would, but they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months.
He said he will target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within, and says that he would use the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like. Nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him. Judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Milley, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core.
I never thought that I would see a day where I would be rooting for a university above Donald J. Trump and his administration. But I don't recognize his administration right now. I don't recognize what's happening. How could Trump be such a free speech enthusiast and allowing these things to happen? Going after college universities, trying to suppress speech, while pretending that you're not suppressing speech, while pretending that you're fighting DEI. It's so messy. It's so obvious. Everyone knows what you're doing. People who are still trying to grift, I suppose, are not willing to challenge you on this, which is ridiculous, because when you are out of office, we are going to have to live with these consequences. Our children are going to have to grow up in this America, okay? So when you threaten our speech, it's not worth it so that we can have pom-poms and go hurrah for a couple of years, then go, okay, well, yeah, now it kind of stinks because, oh, we're getting arrested for wrong think.
What's up, America? I'm back with a wonderful message. Have you noticed lately that in this first 100 days of Trump's presidency, that no black people have been blamed for anything? I mean, it's totally amazing. At one point in life, I mean, we were the problem for everything. Lies, murder, torture, robbing people's neighborhoods, just scaring everybody. And I'm like, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Look at what God has done. Okay. He has put these people in positions to be seen to the very people who worship them. And look at what's happening right now. When you put people like this in charge, when you put hate in charge, when you put people who don't care about anybody but themselves in charge, because sometimes when people are the opposite color, they can't see it until it's right in front of their face and it's attacking them.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel once again. Now, we all know majority of black people, they tried to warn white American, especially the MAGA people, not to vote in for Donald Trump. But the MAGA people, they went ahead and vote against their own interest. They voted in for Donald Trump, knowing that Donald Trump policy, it will only affect illegal immigrant people and also the black people, the Latinos, and these other races. But right now, we are seeing things have changed in America. The MAGA people also, Donald Trump policy, it is also affecting them. So in today's video, I want you to watch this compilation of video from white people coming out and admit whatever the black people, they were telling them it is truth, and the reality it is now coming out. So kindly guys, I want you to watch this video till the end. then I'll be back with more comment. All credit goes to the original creator of the video, and this video, it is only for educational purposes. Remember to give this video a thumbs up, watch till the end, then I'll be back with more comment.
The far right is turning on Donald Trump as he is about to cross their major red line. Now, if you missed it, the federal government and Palantir Technologies are working together to create one central database of Americans' most sensitive information. They're going to collect data from the IRS, from Social Security, the Labor Department, immigration, and put it all together in one spot. And the purpose, they say, is so that they can analyze behavior patterns, flag any threats, and make decisions on public safety. That's the claim. But for the far right, they view this as an interference in our freedom. They think the reason for this is to come after the Second Amendment. They've always said this is something the Democrats would do, and now they see Republicans doing it. And Trump making this deal with Peter Thiel and Palantir Technologies is a huge red line cross for them. And this is just one of many groups that are turning on Republicans, that are turning on Trump, because they were so desperate to try to be the conservative party, but Trump came along and they're completely going against it now.
Folks, if you have read Trump's social media the last 24 hours, I mean, this guy's mouth just stays in gear and his brain is in neutral and it just never clicks out. But this just constant run. And for him to go on his social media and throw a tirade about the 2020 election again, this guy sits around and thinks about shit and say the things that he said. I mean, he acts like we don't have a video and audio of him calling the Secretary of State of Georgia and begging for votes and then threatening him. Like, anybody with a brain knows that he tried to cheat and overthrow an election. Yet he can block that out and act like that's not out there and just go on and on about how Biden cheated and they spied on him and this and that, and it's embarrassing. And then on top of that, you have the Taylor Swift tweet and she's not hot anymore because I said this. Folks, he needs to have a mental evaluation right away. I'm not being funny. Like, the American people deserve better than this. This is absolutely fucking embarrassing for a grown man who's fucking 80 years old to act like this. This is something I would expect from maybe a 5-year-old, a 7-year-old maybe, at the most. There is something fucking seriously wrong with this guy. But he needs to see a psychiatrist, and he needs to see medical professionals, and he needs to be removed from office. We deserve better than this. Like, there's no telling what he said or did. I worry like hell. What did he do in the Middle East? Wonder what kind of deals he made or what he said or what the hell he did. God knows. And he's going to screw this country. We will be the one-legged man in the ass-kicking contest. That's what the United States will be after he's done. I tell you, man, this is embarrassing.
This is nightmare news for Donald Trump. The American people are waking up, and the American people view Donald Trump's age as a major factor for his inability to even think straight right now. Finally, we're seeing polls that reflect the reality, like this YouGov poll. Is Trump's age affecting his presidency? 57% of respondents say yes. Only 31% of respondents say no. Donald Trump's cognitive abilities, Donald Trump's just deranged behavior, like making posts saying that former President Biden was executed in 2020 and a robotic manifestation of him is currently in existence, and that's the Biden that we see right now. American people are taking notice, which tells me our message is breaking through, and also so much so that the New York Times is actually...
It's been a few days since I lost my job. I posted a few days ago, and I am now thoroughly regretting my vote for Trump. I had no idea that this is where it was going to go, that this is what he was going to do. You see Cheetos up there? Hi, Cheetos. Who's going to feed him? Who's going to buy my cat food? Who's going to buy my kids food? I had an absolutely amazing position where I was able to basically have America count on me. And now that's been taken away. I no longer have faith in the economy. I no longer have faith in Trump. I no longer have faith that we are ever going to find out how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. I no longer have that faith. It's gone. So you can crack all the jokes you want to. You can make fun of us all you want. But I was earning $45 a minute in hopes of figuring out how many licks it took to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop. And now the world may never know.
It's time to speak up. Well, it appears the joke's on me. It appears I have been the biggest fool alive. You see, before the last couple of days, I knew that there was a segment of MAGA who just hated, who just wanted to burn the world down, and they don't care who they hurt. In the meantime, I knew there was that section, but I really, really thought that most of MAGA just didn't get it. I really thought they just didn't understand. They didn't understand economics because it's complicated. They hadn't studied Project 2025, so they didn't know what was coming. But I really thought when he got in there and started doing the things that hurt so many people, that they would realize, and that they would. But they don't care. Y'all have been telling me this for 2 months, and I kept saying, no, we just have to explain it to them. We just have. Now, I know there are a few, and I thank you guys. You make it worth sticking with this. But over the last couple of days, I have realized that the majority of Republicans do not care how many people are hurt. And they are exactly what Palpatine said. They're the ones he was talking about when he said he could unalive someone in public and they would still vote for him. I thought they just wanted lower egg prices. I thought they were struggling in the economy and it was hard and they wanted their lives to be easier, and they listened to that. And that's why they voted for him. But they don't care. They literally don't care how many other people in this world are hurt. See, the difference is I'm willing to pay more for my eggs if it means no one in my country goes hungry tonight. I am willing to pay more for my eggs if it means everybody can have an egg. But they really don't care. And I am heartbroken that so many in my country don't care. That so many won't go love their neighbor. But I want to thank those of you who are. You're the ones keeping me going. Go love your neighbor.
I know you told me you voted for President Trump. What were you hoping that he would do?
I was hoping he would did something that made sense regarding the economy. Made some kind of progress in bettering, the benefits of being a veteran. But, I mean, it just seemed like he actually cared about doing what was best for the country, but now it just feels like all about me, Donald Trump, not, the guy out there working in the trenches trying to make ends meet, trying to pay a mortgage, trying to pay the bills. It goes against everything I expected when, I voted for him.
So you're not satisfied with what you see?
No. And it doesn't even have to do with anything about me getting fired. I mean, if I had gotten fired as part of the, government, cutting government spending, I would have been fine with that. I can accept that. But he's not delivering on anything he said he was going to do. So what's your real game plan? It doesn't make sense to me.
There are some things that he promised to do that he has put in place. I mean, there are executive orders that he's done, that he said that he was going to do. You don't feel like he's lived up to those promises?
I mean, where are the results? I mean, seriously, prices are still going up. We're now in the middle of a tariff war with a bunch of countries that used to be our steadfast allies. I mean, how do you make an enemy of Canada? You know, they're right next to us, and they've been one of our premier allies and commerce partners for, I mean, seriously, like what, centuries now?
And he did say that he was going to put tariffs in place. Did you just not think that they would be implemented in this particular way?
I didn't think they were going to be put in play in a juvenile way. I mean, where was the attempt to actually talk to the heads of these other countries like, hey, you know, I feel you have unfair tariffs against our products. I'd like to talk about it first. And if we can't work out some kind of resolution, then I feel to protect our people, we need to implement this kind of tariff. There was no attempt at even talking to the other countries.
If you are one of the hundreds, thousands, millions of people who voted for Trump in November and you regret your vote, you have remorse, especially after seeing how this administration is inhumanely detaining our migrants and our immigrants here in America. If you are now starting to be impacted by some of these policies that you wanted to see come into fruition when you voted for that man, I want to let you know and make it so abundantly clear that this is not a safe space for you. In fact, I'm about to give you some more information that should make your day even more shitty if it hasn't been shitty already. See, when you walked your little happy racist ass to the ballots and you casted that vote for that orange man, you knew damn well what he was going to do because he campaigned on it. But you was hoping that it wasn't going to affect you. I know that you was hoping that it wasn't going to affect you. And now that it has started affecting you, you want to cry out. You want to cry out. No, suck them tears back in and let me tell you what else is about to be affected due to your vote, okay? So, farms, right? The farmers and the produce, you know, the people who actually pick the produce from out the ground, yeah, they were immigrants. So, yeah, that's going to be impacted. Also, restaurants. You see the waitresses, the line cooks, the people who clean up the spot, who wash the dishes. Yeah, they're usually immigrants. So if your service at the restaurant is exceptionally slow and horrible, if the food doesn't taste the way that it used to before, 9 times out of 10, the person who was doing the job before was an immigrant. Okay, next, manual labor. So construction work, baby. And I'm not just talking construction. I also mean landscape. You know them people that you want to hire to come and cut your grass or clean your pool? Trim your hedges? Yeah. And you know that they got the green thumb. So when your grass and your front lawn is all patchy and brown, remember the person that was keeping it green and alive was an immigrant. Okay, next, retail. Y'all be forgetting who be unloading these trucks. Y'all forget for real. But I'm here to remind you, it was an immigrant. Also in hospitality, oh, you know this. Y'all should have known this. In the hotels, on the cruises, the maid services. Y'all forgot? Who was working them jobs? Yeah, it was an immigrant. Also, child caring services, the nannies. Yeah. Say bye-bye to your little Brad being bilingual because you helped deport his Mexican, Nicaraguan, Colombian, Dominican, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Jamaican. You help deport them. You helped that. So, round of applause to you. Also remember, before you come out your face and say, at least now jobs are available. These jobs were always available to Americans. Y'all never wanted to fucking do them. Actually, correction. Y'all didn't want to do it for free. Y'all didn't want to do it while being exploited. You didn't want to do it knowing that you were being underpaid and you had no benefits. But you were okay with letting the migrants and the illegal aliens do it. Correction. You don't want to do it for free. You don't want to do it while being exploited. You don't want to do it knowing that you're being underpaid. You don't want to do it knowing that you don't get no benefits. You don't want to do it knowing that you don't get no time off. Correction.
What's up, America? I'm back with a wonderful message. Have you noticed lately that in this first 100 days of Trump's presidency, that no black people have been blamed for anything? I mean, it's totally amazing. At one point in life, I mean, we were the problem for everything. Lies, murder, torture. I mean, robbing people's neighborhoods, just scaring everybody. And I'm like, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Look at what God has done. Okay. He has put these people in positions to be seen to the very people who worship them. And look at what's happening right now. When you put people like this in charge, when you put hate in charge, when you put people who don't care about anybody but themselves in charge, because sometimes when people are the opposite color, they can't see it until it's right in front of their face and it's attacking them. And I am so grateful and hurt at the same time that they are experiencing what they're experiencing, because for once in their life, they don't have to blame us. Okay, they can lie and try to push the rhetoric that, oh, it's the left, or it's black people and it's diversity, it's LGBTQ. But that's to deal with the frustration that, hey, they made a mistake. I actually fucked up this time. It wasn't any of these things that this man was talking about, but it was him all along. And now I'm so wrapped up into it, I can't even admit that I'm wrong. This is where they're at right now. MAGA is flipping silently. You know, one thing I noticed about MAGA is they don't really talk about they're wrong. They don't really admit it. When you're in a cult, you don't really want to. You know, you're afraid that, something's going to happen to you. There's going to be some sort of retaliation, or people are going to start looking at you funny or sideways. So you don't want to, especially when you're following someone like Trump, who always tells you that you need to be strong, and he psychologically manipulated you and made you think this thing and that thing. It has you all confused in your head. They don't want to admit it, that they made a mistake when they know damn well they did. But the main thing I'm happy about is that they now see that black people all along just wanted what was best for everybody. We ain't want shit for ourselves. We didn't try to hoard shit for ourselves. We ain't try to take up all the wealth and take people's jobs away, take people's welfare away, throw people's kids, attack transgenders and LGBTQ. That was not us. Our face is not attached to any of this stuff. Our face is not attached to defying the Constitution. Our face is not attached to defying the law. Our face is not attached to any of that. It's theirs. And God sees it. We, right here, we still fighting for justice with the power that they gave us. Okay? We looking out for one another right now. You know what I'm saying? But with the power that America has given black people, which is nothing, we're doing our best that we can. Now you understand why it's important not to disenfranchise people. Because yes, black people could have joined you in this fight if our rights were aligned with yours. But no, y'all wanted to strip us of that. Y'all wanted to strip us of our voice. You want to strip us of our power. And we are the only force that you guys have when it comes to upholding justice and discrimination against people. Because we're the only people who have faced it for 400 years. So we know how to deal with it. But because y'all want to constantly attack us and make us the enemy and listen to these prejudiced, racist, ignorant, homophobic, white colonizers, this is where you have yourself now. Crashing stock market, prices through the roof, can't feed your family, homelessness through the air, attacking democratic states, causing chaos, allowing our weather service to be attacked, allowing our federal dollars to be filtered through, different illegal means. Just completely wrecking shop in our government. And it ain't us. So y'all can never blame this. The insurrection wasn't us. And this right here wasn't us. There was a bunch of black faces with Joe Biden, a whole bunch of them. But nobody's experiencing the shit that they're experiencing right now. You can't blame it on Joe Biden. Everybody's talking about Joe Biden. He's a white man. They talking about Joe Biden. But he had a whole bunch of black women that was in his cabinet. And neither one of them are mentioned, besides Kamala Harris. That's the only one that they're mentioning, because she was the front runner who was trying to run for president. So they just gonna try to discredit her as promiscuous black woman, like they do every black woman that's in America. They just want to sexualize them and call them, ignorant, and that they didn't get their positions but through sex. That's just what they do here, because they're ignorant and they're retarded and stupid. So, yeah. But aren't y'all happy that the face that is doing this destruction is not us? Aren't you happy that in the history books, they won't see black people raging out doing what they're doing right now to their own country? Well, I can't say their own country, but to this country. I'm happy. I'm happy that black people are on the right side of history right now. That's what I'm happy about.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have listened to what white Americans and the MAGA people, they have come out and say they are feeling like Donald Trump, he has betrayed them simply because they knew that Donald Trump policy will only affect the black people and these other races, the Latinos, the Asians, the Mexican. They knew that Donald Trump policy, it will only affect the black people and these other races. But right now we are seeing that Donald Trump policy, it is affecting everybody, the white Americans, the MAGA people, the black people, Latinos, everybody. Donald Trump policy, it is affecting them. And these MAGA people, the white people, they are not happy. They are feeling like Donald Trump is becoming an is embarrassing them simply because these people, first of all, they went ahead and vote against their own interest. These people, they knew that they are going to vote for Donald Trump because Donald Trump is not going to punish them, but Donald Trump is going to make their life more easy in America. And also, they voted knowing that Donald Trump is going to punish the black people and these other races, the illegal immigrant people. But right now, things have changed. And for me, I keep on telling you that the black people were the one who told these people not to vote in against their own interest, not to vote in for Donald Trump, simply because the black people knew what it is coming. And you can imagine these people, they didn't listen to the black people. So right now you are seeing them coming out really crying and telling Donald Trump that you are embarrassing us, we believe in you, we make sure that you will be on our side, but right now you don't care what is happening to the MAGA people. And for me, I keep on telling you that the majority of the MAGA people, around 57%, they are the ones who vote for Donald Trump. And right now, the majority also of them, they are the ones who are really crying. They are even begging the black people to come and help them. You can imagine. For example, we have been seeing how the farmers, they have been really crying. This policy, the Donald Trump policy, it has also affect the white farmers. You can imagine the Nebraska farmer. We have seen the Texas farmers. They are coming out really crying. Majority of them, they are going bankrupt simply because they voted against their own interest. These people, they knew that the people who are helping them in their farms, it is the illegal immigrant people. And these illegal immigrant people, they're the ones who these people, they want to vote for Donald Trump so that he can deport these illegal immigrant people. You can imagine. These people, Donald Trump played with their mind. So these people, they vote for Donald Trump so that Donald Trump, he can come and deport this illegal immigrant. And Donald Trump told them that the people who will come and help you in your farms, it is the black people. So we have been seeing the black people, they have refused to work in the white farms. Yeah, the black people, they have refused to work in the white farms. So the white farmers, they are coming out and crying simply because the black farmers, the black people, they have refused to help them. And they are all crying for Donald Trump because Donald Trump, he told them that he's going to make the black people to come and work in their farms. But black people, they have refused. Now the white farmers, they are going bankrupt and their farms, it is being spoiled. They don't have people who can come and help them in their farms. So you can see, this is to tell you that these people, they knew that the people who are going to suffer, it is the black people. And that's why they went ahead and voted in for Donald Trump. And also, Donald Trump told them that the people who are taking their jobs, it is the illegal immigrant people. It is the Latinos, the Asians, the Mexicans, are the ones who are taking the white jobs. That's why majority of the white people, they don't have jobs. And yet we know how white people they are. I don't want to use the word lazy. You guys, you know. But for me, what I can tell you is the white people right now, they're learning their lesson. Yeah, white people, they're really learning their lesson. And for me, what I can tell, if they could listen to what black people were telling them not to vote in for Donald Trump, right now things will be okay in America. Right now things could be better, because you saw in the first video whereby Kamala Harris came out and said the things that Donald Trump, he was not hiding, came out and said the truth, that he's going after those illegal immigrant people, and people, they will must obey with his rule. And right now we are seeing Donald Trump is really applying his rules. Whatever things he came out and told the people, right now he's doing. We have been seeing how ICE it is operating, how ICE, they are deporting people. They don't care if you are in your house, if you are in a church, if you are in a school. So the ICE will come for you wherever you are, and they will deport you without even have nothing. You can imagine, this is how the ICE, they are operating. They are working like people who are abducting people. You can imagine, ICE, they are abducting people. They are not deporting people, for me, what I can tell you, because these people, they can come to your house. They don't care if you have a children, if you have a family, if you have a wife. They will come and pick your husband and deport your husband. And you can see these people, they have already broken the family. What happens to the children? What happens to their mother? So this is to tell you that ICE, it is not doing a good thing. These people, they need to come out with a good structure of how they need to deport, or how they need to move illegal immigrant people to their country, simply because we have people who have stayed in America for more than even 30 years. Yes, I agree, they don't have papers. They are in the process of getting papers. But ICE, it doesn't care if you are in a process of getting papers. They will come out and deport you immediately. So things, it is really changed in America. And for me, what I can tell you, that right now, the MAGA people, they have now come out and realized that their country, it is not in the safe hand, and things are falling apart. And also they are admitting that black people were right. Black people, they wanted you to vote to the Kamala Harris, because they saw Kamala Harris is not a racist person. But for Donald Trump, what it is doing is making America to be like a racist country, because Donald Trump, he wants America to be for the white people only. Yeah, he wants to see white people in America only. That's why he came out and said that he's going to make America great again. So this, it is how Donald Trump policy is doing. He's want to make sure that the people who are in America, it is only America, not any other races, not any other color, which it is in America. That's why he's really trying to deport a lot of people to his in America. So kindly guys, this video, it was for educational purpose. If you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe, like, share, and also comment. See you on my next one. Bye bye.